And this is the pond. We're having a little bit of an algae bloom, and I frankly don't care because it offers the fish a little protection. I don't have to worry about herons spotting them, and the water quality is good, so I just let it go. Eventually it'll work itself out. This is my filter. Doesn't look too pretty, but it'll kick in. Problem is we had to take the filter out. All the bacteria got killed, so we're waiting for it to catch back up with itself. We have black bamboo, which I am clearly going to regret planting there, but so far I've been able to control it without too much trouble. To control bamboo, you just really have to break off the little shoots in the spring when it comes up, and it's only going to put out shoots for a certain amount of time, and then that's it for the year. So far, so good. This is one of my very favorite shrubs from the southern hemisphere. It's called Carokia cotoneaster because it grows like a cotoneaster, but it is not a cotoneaster. It is a Carokia. And it is covered with little tiny yellow flowers in the spring. It loves it here, and I love it. It is just the coolest little shrub. Here is the Persicaria red dragon, another clumping Persicaria. Love the color. That's why I grow it, and it looks really good with that painter's palette down at the bottom. This bed is just a perennial bed for the most part. We had this birch tree, but it was taken out by the winter storm, and I was not very sad, to be honest, because it had been injured 2 or 3 times in other storms, and it was just time for it to go. So we took it out. Well, we left it as a stump to grow clematis on. And these are hart's tongue ferns. They do really well here. Somewhere in there is a little bird bath. Alchemalis, the one that has all the little chartreusey flowers. Carolyn has tried to grow that in Tennessee a few times, and it doesn't seem to like it there. The Japanese forest grass, one of my favorite for foliage and form. It's very graceful. These are our native Darmera petalum, which I grow for the leaves. I grow a lot of things for leaves because the flowers are kind of like beauty, a little bit short-lived. Astrantia major. Hopefully that will get bigger now that we have a little more sun back here. My neighbors have these humongous trees that block my sun. There used to be another one right here. Thankfully, the storm took it out. I was dancing with joy as they cut that thing down, and I got this much more light in the garden. This is Joe Pye weed right here. Can't wait for that to bloom. It's going to be magnificent this year because it's getting more sunlight. Hello. This is one of my favorite little hydrangeas. Blooms really early. It's a Japanese forest hydrangea called Yae no Amacha. Say that 3 times fast. And that comes from Heronswood, one of our favorite gardens that doesn't exist anymore. Don't try to be fooled. The one in Pennsylvania is not truly Heronswood. The true Heronswood is right here in Washington State. Currently for sale, for auction, if anybody knows anybody. Blue mammoth, hostas, and can't remember what the white ones are. Lots of eucharas, another Astrantia major, the ubiquitous Columbine, lady's mantle, the Alchemilla. I like this little Columbine because it has a chartreusey colored leaf and white, and I like it with those hostas. It does well together. Supposedly that is Blue Angel climbing up, that clematis. It's Blue Angel. I wouldn't swear to it, but that's what the tag says. This is a hardy fuchsia. and it just did very well over the winter, so I didn't have to wait too long for it to come out, which I was very pleased about. More red dragon, more hostas. I grow a lot of these little jack-in-the-pulpits. Some of them are pretty cool. I don't know which one this one is. And I have some hydrangeas back here. These are hydrangeas I grew from cuttings. So they were hydrangeas that I thought were pretty, and so I've got cuttings of them, and then we'll see what they do in my garden. The Japanese painted fern, great filler. And one of my springtime ones that I'm glad the voles have not gotten, this little foresty plant down here. I'll have to write down what that name is. Too many estrogen moments to keep track of lately. Here it is. And this one, this little plant here, this one, is a hardy Impatiens. Impatiens arjuta. And later on in the year it will have lavender colored flowers. There's another little jack in the pulpit. Hurrah! He's a pretty one. One year I went a little bit crazy buying different ericemas, putting them in. Most of them have survived. This hydrangea's getting ready to pop. My little glass friend there. He looks nice when the sun is shining. More of the bleeding hearts. I just rip those out all the time. Now, this little guy in the back is a tiny baby mardigan lily, and this kind of bothers me because these mardigan lilies should be huge. And since I'm only getting just this little tiny baby thing, that makes me believe that the voles have been added again. And once more, I have lost lilies to voles. Let's not even count the number of lily bulbs that the voles have devoured. This is a native maidenhair fern. And another heart's tongue under there. There's a Brunera, Jack Frost, I believe. And this is Claire de Lune, that clematis back there. All right, we better stop.